I want to give a special shout out to my patrons, my Bibliosprend, my Bibliosworn, and my Bibliomancers. Thank you so much for supporting my hobby and passion even more. It means so much to me. Hi everyone, Petrik here. Today's video will be my July TBR, and in the month of July, as always, I plan to read about 8 books. I don't know whether this is possible or not, but I did a very productive job in reading during the month of June, and I'm hoping that it will be the same case for this month. And on that note, this month will be another month of reading sequels. Almost every book that I plan to read in this month will be sequels. And the first one that I plan to read, well, actually I'm reading this right now. This is The Lord of Chaos by Robert Jordan. This is the 6th book in the Wheel of Time series, the last book before the supposedly the slog of the series. And I'm hoping that this one, so far I'm doing okay with this. Again, this is slow, but that's always the case with the Wheel of Time for me. But I'm not feeling bored with it yet, so hopefully that this will be the case. I heard that the ending of this one will be super amazing, and I heard that the ending to The Lord of Chaos is one of the best ending sequence in the entire series, and well, I'm hoping I will agree with that. And once I'm done with The Lord of Chaos, I plan to read Dreadgod. Yes, this is the 11th book, the penultimate installment in the Cradle series by Wight. This one comes out only about a few days from now, so this comes out on the 5th of July, and I am very excited about this. Reaper, the 10th book, was the best of the series so far, and knowing how close we are to the end right now, I think this one will be even better, probably. But again, we'll see. I think Wight is doing such an amazing job with Cradle right now, and I talk about Cradle a lot on my channel and on Goodreads, well, practically everywhere. So if you haven't read Cradle yet, I highly recommend it. Give it a try until maybe the 3rd book of the series, Black Flame. That's where the series really took off for me, and hopefully you will like it. And then the next book that I plan to read is a novella, and this one is the only book on my July TBR that is not a sequel. And this one is a standalone prequel novella. This is The Jade Scepter of Janlun by Fonda. So this is the prequel novella in the Greenbone Saga series, one of my top favorite series of all time. I talk about the Greenbone Saga practically non-stop, and yeah, I'm so looking forward to reading this one for quite a while now. I mean, I'm just waiting for my physical copy from the Subterranean Press to arrive, because this is my first ever Subterranean Press, and it is very expensive. This is not cheap. Seriously, it's not cheap. And even though I own the e-arc for 2 months now, well, I just want to read this one from the physical copy that I bought, because it is, again, so expensive. So this is the premise to The Jade Scepter of Janlun. Fonda returns to the world of the Greenbone Saga with a new standalone novella. The rapidly changing city of Janlun is ruled by Jade, the rare and ancient substance that enhanced the abilities and status of the trained Greenbone warriors who run the island's powerful clans. Pulo Oritono is not one of those warriors. He is simply an apprentice jade setter with dreams of securing clan patronage and establishing a successful business. His hopes are dashed, however, when a priceless jade weapon is stolen from the shop where he works. Now, Pulo has 3 days to hunt down the thief, find the jade, and return it to its rightful owner if he wants to save his future prospects, the people he cares about, and his very life. The desperate mission will lead Pulo to old vendettas, vast corruption, and questions about everything and everyone he thought he knew. And I totally love the cover art to The Jade Scepter of Janlun. I think this is the kind of cover art that the Greenbone Saga totally deserved. Even though I am a huge fan of the Greenbone Saga, I am a huge fan for its content. I am not a fan of the original cover art because I think they are way too plain and doesn't capture anything about the series. Jade Legacy is quite good. The cover art to Jade Legacy is quite good, but for Jade City and Jade War, yeah, they are lacking. The cover art to The Jade Scepter of Janlun is the kind of cover art that the Greenbone Saga deserves. Then the next book that I plan to read, this is one of my top priority, and it is The Veiled Throne by Ken Liu. Yeah, this is the 3rd book in the Dandelion Dynasty series, and if you have watched my top favorite books of the year so far, you will know that The Wall of Storms is my #1 favorite book of the year so far, and I'm not confident I will find a better book than The Wall of Storms this year, but I'm hoping that The Veiled Throne or even Speaking Bones will top that one, but it will be difficult because, yes, as I said, The Wall of Storms is a mind-blowing masterpiece for me. It is the best 2nd book of a series I've read since Words of Radiance. So yeah, I'm so looking forward to reading The Veiled Throne, and again, I will be doing a buddy read with all my patrons for this one. For the past 2 months, I've been doing a buddy read or a read-along with my patrons for the Mistborn series and also the Dandelion Dynasty, and it's been super fun. Also, I talk about this plenty of times already, but this cover art by Sam Weber is absolutely gorgeous. This is one of my top favorite cover art. Seriously, It is so beautiful. And After the Veiled Throne is another read-along that I just mentioned, and it is for Mistborn Era 2. Technically, the Alloy of Law is the 4th book in the Mistborn Saga series, but again, this is the first book in Mistborn Era 2, and I haven't done a reread for Mistborn Era 2. Well, I haven't ever done it because the last time I read Mistborn Era 2, it was in 2016. For the 3 books available back then, it was the Alloy of Law, Shadows of Self, and the Bands of Mourning. Well, they are the only available ones to this day. It's been 6 years, and the only books in Mistborn that I have reread is Mistborn Era 1. 3 times already now. And yeah, this will be the first time, and I'm so looking forward to reading the Alloy of Law, rereading the Alloy of Law. I remember enjoying Era 2 very much, but again, I didn't love this one as much as Mistborn Era 1 on my first read. I'm hoping that my second read will change this, but well, as always, we'll see. Also, just as a reminder, Sanderson mentioned that there will be a Kickstarter for a leatherbound edition for the Alloy of Law and Shadows of Self this year. So if you're collecting those editions, time to save some money. And after that, I plan to read the 5th book in the Echo Saga series by Philip C. Quaintrell, The Kingdom of Bones. The Fall of Neverdark, which is the 4th book in the Echo Saga series, was my number 10 favorite books of the year so far, and from what I've heard from the author and also practically the fans of the series, they said that The Kingdom of Bones is where the series started to become amazing, even though the past 4 books have been really good. And as I said, the author himself is very confident that this is where the series really took off in his writing as well. Whether it's from plotting, characterizations, actions, and writing, the author said that this is where he started to feel confident about his prose, and I am so looking forward to reading this one. This has been really fun, and I just can't get enough of these characters and this world. It's just a super engaging and entertaining series. Once I'm done with The Kingdom of Bones, I plan to read Until the Last by Mike Shackle. This is the 3rd and final book in the Last War trilogy, one of my favorite ongoing series of all time. I own the advanced reading copies for Until the Last for quite a while now, but my TBR for the past few months have been way too full that I didn't have the time to get to Until the Last. But this month, because this book is being released this month as well, I will definitely get to this one, and I hope that this will be an amazing conclusion, because We Are the Dead and also A Fool's Hope, both of them are some of my favorite books. And I heard that I will be featured in this book to be killed off, so yeah, I have to find out how I get killed. And finally, the last book that I plan to read, if I have the time, is Age of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. This is the 2nd book in Legends of the First Empire series. I just finished rereading Age of Myth, so this will be a new uncharted territory for me because I haven't read anything past Age of Myth for this series. I have heard a bit of a mixed things about Age of Swords, but I will keep an open mind going into this one, but at the same time, I will keep my expectations a bit lower. Also, I love the cover art to this series so much. I think Mark Simonetti did an amazing job with the cover art to the Legends of the First Empire, and I hope that he will always be Michael J. Sullivan's cover artist. So that's all the novels that I plan to read in the month of July. But for manga series, I plan to do a reread of one manga series, and that is One Piece. For those of you who don't know, I have been a huge fan of One Piece by Eiichiro Oda for almost 2 decades now, and it's been kind of crazy and surreal to see One Piece being acknowledged in the booktube community now. It is truly one of the best series of all time for me, out of all medium of storytelling, and now I'm going to reread the series, not from the beginning, but starting from the Zou arc. I've never done a reread for the Yonko saga, and I think this is time. I cannot say things because this is super spoiler, but let's just say that things have been super mind-blowing in Wano. But reading One Piece weekly sometimes kind of kills the flow for me, and I personally, from my experience, tend to enjoy One Piece the most when I binge read the manga series. And that's what I plan to do now, starting from the Zou arc until the end of Wano arc. Considering that reread will be about 20 volumes, I don't think I will have the time to read other manga. So yeah, that's all the novels and manga series that I plan to read within this month. And also, there is a giveaway for the Song of Achilles US paperback. So one of my Patreons received another extra copy of the Song of Achilles, and she wants to use this extra copy as a giveaway. So yeah, this is your chance if you haven't read the Song of Achilles. And oh, by the way, this giveaway is for US only. And yeah, if you haven't read the Song of Achilles, all you have to do is comment what you plan to read in the month of July. And do mention that you want to be entered into the giveaway. So yeah, that's it from me today. Do let me know which books on my TBR pile that caught your interest. And do let me know what books are on your TBR pile this month. As always, thank you so much for watching and thank you for your support. Bye bye. Lastly, I want to say thank you so much once again to all my patrons. Thank you so much for supporting me all this time.